Thank you, Madam Chair. And I really appreciate the extraordinary efforts of Chairman Ed Royce, his leadership to expose the increasing threats to American families by, I believe, the Iran deal. Additionally, I'm really grateful. This is a bipartisan concern. We've heard it from Ranking Member Engel, Mr. Deutsch, Congressman Sherman, and Ambassador Smith, Mull, and Mr. Smith. I believe your testimony today confirms American families are at greater risk than ever, that the terrorists are better financed than ever to achieve their goal of death to America and death to Israel. And in fact, Mr. Smith, you admitted that Iran is a state sponsor of terrorism. How could you not recognize that by releasing $100 billion to a state sponsor of terrorism, that a significant amount of that money would be used to kill American families?
Sir, I think we thought that a state sponsor of terrorism with a nuclear weapon was a far dangerous threat to the international community, its neighbors, and to the United States. What I can say is that we put through the efforts of our sanctions, Iran is in a $500 billion hole, and what we've released allows Iran to have about $50 billion, much of which it needs to stabilize its currency and to have any foreign trade whatsoever.
But American families are at risk. In fact, last month in Baghdad, it was Iranian-backed terrorists that kidnapped 4 Americans. And so they're not stopping. And that may be kidnapping today. I have still not forgotten 283 U.S. Marines killed in Beirut by the Iranian regime. We should not forget that. I had 2 sons serve in Iraq. Every day they were at risk of IEDs provided by Iran. Dismissing this is incredible and putting the American people at risk. And Ambassador Mull, you indicate that Israel now supports the agreement. This is in direct contradiction to every bit of information that we've received from the Israelis themselves. And so, yes or no, does Israel support this or not?
Congressman, as I said in my testimony, the Chief of Staff of the Israeli Armed Forces has publicly said that the threat to Israel of a nuclear Iran has declined as a result of this agreement. Does that mean that the entire Israeli government is happy with it? No. It's obviously they've had serious concerns about it.
But at the same time, again, yes or no, but it's, hey, in a democracy, you'll have, thank God Israel is a democracy, you'll have good people agree and disagree. And back again, to the development of the intercontinental ballistic missiles, Ambassador, there was virtually no response. As Iran continues to do that, there's only one purpose for the ICBMs, as indicated by Congressman Engel, Congressman Deutsch, and that is to develop a capability of nuclear weapons to strike America. Is there any other reason for ICBMs?
Well, that's one of the reasons that we undertook to rid Iran of the ability to attach nuclear payloads to those missiles. ICBM missiles can be used without nuclear payloads. That's why they're still a threat to us and our allies, and why we're working hard against them.
But hey, the real use of an ICBM is to use with a nuclear capability, not to make some type of conventional attack. The American people are truly at risk, and for this to simultaneously occur is extraordinary to me, and there not be repercussions. And so over and over again, we see the American people at risk. And then when you identify the IAEA inspections, is it not true there's not an American on the inspection team?
There are a number of Americans who work in the IAEA,
but not on the
safeguard staff. Americans do not travel to Iran. That's
no. And what you've really described, and American people need to know this, no Americans, no Canadians. What you're really describing is self-verification by the Iranians of their own existence. And so I really am saddened by what I hear today. And to me, it just confirms what Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, the former director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, said, in quote, that the Middle East policy is one of willful ignorance. And it's willful ignorance that I think is putting the American families at risk. And I hope you'll change course. There's been over and over again requests for what's been done to enforce sanctions or to reinstate sanctions. I'm really grateful to be working on legislation with Congressman Joe Kennedy. It's bipartisan, about zero tolerance for violations. I yield back my time.